There are some dishes that are a staple of Belgian cuisine. Today we're making one of the most beloved, a dish that has many names. Vol au vent, Videe, Koninginnenhapje, Bouche à la reine, a true queen's bite. Let's start by making a quick chicken stock. This will be the heart of our vol au vent. For this I will be using 1 leek, 4 stalks of celery, 3 carrots and 3 onions. For the herbs I'm using 5 sprigs of parsley, 1 sprig of thyme, 4 bay leaves, 1 sprig of rosemary and about 20 peppercorns. First, prepare the vegetables. With the leek I only use the white and light green parts. Put a knife on the leek where the dark green leaves start and make a slit all around the leek. Try not to completely cut through the leek and carefully pull off the outer dark green layers. Leeks are notorious for hiding dirt and sand between their layers. Make a cut from the root to the top, leaving the root intact, and fan out the layers and rinse them thoroughly under cold running water. Once cleaned, chop them into large, coarse chunks. Next, trim both ends off of the celery. Give them a good rinse and chop them into large pieces. Just like the celery, trim the ends of the carrots and give them a good rinse. Chop them into large pieces. There's no need to peel the carrots. Peel and roughly chop the onions. Place all the chopped vegetables into a large stock pot and add all the other aromatics. Gently place the entire chicken, which weighs about 1.2 kilograms or 2.6 pounds, on top of the vegetables and the herbs. Cover everything with cold water and bring it to a soft boil. Let it simmer for about 1 hour and remove any scum if needed. After the stock has simmered for an hour, the chicken should be perfectly tender. While a good stock is often left to simmer for a few more hours, we need the chicken to still have some structure for our ragu. See, the chicken is starting to fall apart, a good sign. Set the chicken aside to cool down. As for the vegetables, they have given all the flavor to the stock, so we can strain them out. Let the stock cool completely, then store it in the fridge for later. Once the chicken has somewhat cooled off, it's time to prepare the meat for the ragu. Using your fingers, carefully remove all the chicken meat from the bones. This is the best way to do it, as you can feel for any small bones or cartilage that you don't want in your vol au vent. Tear any large pieces of chicken into smaller pieces. Store this chicken in the fridge for now. For the vol au vent ragu, you also need ground veal and pork and white button mushrooms. Start with 500 grams, 1.1 pounds of ground veal and pork. Season the meat with salt and pepper and add a tablespoon of breadcrumbs and mix everything together. Gently roll the mixture into small meatballs. A little tip when making the meatballs: wet your hands before you start rolling the meatballs. The moisture on your hands reduces the friction between your skin and the ground meat, which prevents the mixture from sticking to your hands. This makes it easier to form the balls and results in a smoother, more uniform shape. Once they're all rolled, poach them and a little bit of the chicken stock you made earlier. Since they're all small, they will only need to poach for about 2 minutes. This will ensure they cook through without becoming dry. Store in the fridge for later. Take 500 grams or 1.1 pounds of white button mushrooms. Clean them and cut them into quarters. Place a large pan over high heat and add some butter or oil and let it get nice and hot. Add your mushrooms using high heat, lightly sear them and season them with a pinch of salt and pepper. Drain the excess fat and store in the fridge. For the puff pastry shells, where the name of the dish comes from, vol au vent, which literally translates to fly away, hinting at its lightness. Preheat your oven to 180°C 355F. Take a sheet of puff pastry and use a large ring cutter to stamp out 16 circles. Now take a smaller cutter and from 12 of those circles stamp out the center to form 12 rings, just like little donuts. Use the 4 remaining whole circles as a base. Break each of those bases over with a fork. This will prevent them from rising too much in the oven, creating a well for our ragu. Next, prepare an egg wash by whisking an egg yolk with a little bit of water. Place the first ring on the top of a washed base and lightly brush it with the egg wash. Repeat this with 2 more rings, egg washing each layer. Also egg wash 4 of the smallest cutouts. Bake for 20 minutes or until golden brown and puffed up. Let's start by building the ragu itself. First, take the chilled chicken stock from the fridge and remove the top layer of solidified fat. For the ragu, we only need about 1 liter, 4.2 cups of the stock. The rest is liquid gold, perfect for freezing in small portions to use later in a soup or a sauce. In a large pot, melt 65 grams, 2.3 ounces of butter over low heat. Once melted, whisk in 80 grams, 2.8 ounces of flour. Continue to whisk for a few minutes to cook out the raw flour taste. This is an important step to prevent your ragu from tasting grainy. Once the mixture starts to smell a bit like cookies, slowly add the chicken stock in small portions, whisking continuously to prevent any clumps from forming. And add 100 grams, 3.5 ounces of cream. Keep whisking as you bring the mixture to a boil. It will start to thicken into a beautiful velvety sauce. It should not be too thin, nor should it be a thick paste. Add in the shredded chicken, the meatballs and the seared mushrooms. Keep the heat on low, just enough to rewarm everything and let those wonderful flavors mingle together. Finish the ragu with a small splash of lemon juice to cut through the richness and taste it, to adjust the seasoning with a bit more salt and pepper if needed. Now that all our components are ready, it's time for plating. But if you like this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. This will help me immensely in growing the channel and continue making Belgian recipe videos. First, carefully place one of the pastry shells on a plate. Using a large spoon or a ladle, generously scoop the warm ragu and fill the center of the shell and let it overflow. Place the lid and decorate with some fresh garden grass. Like all Belgian classics, this is best served with Belgian fries or mashed potatoes. And there you have it, a true taste of Belgium, a classic and elegant dish that proves that a few simple ingredients are all you need to create something truly fantastic. Enjoy!